Hi guys, we're back again and I'm your girl Elle. But for today, it's a special day. We went to look at Men in Black International. So just for this moment right here, I want you guys to refer me as agents. Yeah, so we're looking at Men in Black International. And we have some new cast: Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, we have Liam Neeson, and my own, I wouldn't say a little bit favorite, but I love this guy in this movie, Bonze, voiced by Kumali. Yep. So I'm going to, before we get deep down into this, I want to take you guys back to the very first one. Yes, Men in Black 1, made in 1997. So let me just play this for you to just see what the main Men in Black was all about. Or will I say what it used to be all about? Yeah. So let me play this for you guys. Just look at this briefly and we're gonna talk about it. Yeah. You have it more secretive than the CIA. Yes, now the former Men in Black, as in that we all know, it's all about secrecy because they are literally people, an agency that is all about aliens. They are fighting aliens, which normal humans are not supposed to know about. So definitely it's going to be very secretive. Now, coming back to the present times now in this Men in Black International, you basically see here that Chris Hemsworth, Agent H&M, they're literally driving a bike all over the place. And right here in this scene here, you have people staring at them, as in like, look at these guys. They're literally looking at them like, I'm like, what happened to secrecy? Now, of course, you know, they have a neutralizer, which they can neutralize people who have seen them. But I want to show you just a little spot. So let me freeze it right here. So here you have Agent M and H. She neutralizes people in front and at the back. But here you have clearly this woman and this guy staring at them. As in, this woman, if she was a Nigerian, I feel she's about to pull her slippers and just slap the shit out of her right here, because she's looking at them and you're like, what happened to this two? You just zap. Then these guys are supposed to what? Pretend as if they didn't see anything. They just feel like they're getting too sloppy with this, as in they're making silly mistakes, contradicting themselves, and I'm like, what? Another point I want to point out, we're gonna go back to the first Men in Black. And let me just play this out for you, okay?
Our mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activity on Earth.
You're all here because you're the best of the best, and we're looking for one of you. Hey, what's up?
Okay, so there you have it. There usually Men in Black takes the best of the best. It's a secret organization, so they take the best from CIA, from the FBI, from so many other divisions, and they get into MIB. So that's usually what they do. It will explain why Will Smith and some other guys were being cast here for the role. But here you have it in this present Men in Black, as in Agent M. Tessa Thompson just literally just stumbles into them. Why? Because they made a sloppy mistake from the beginning. So she stumbles and she traces them up to where they are right now, and guess what? They just hire her. So yes, they have this blah blah blah, like can anybody say they found you, I found you, blah blah blah. After going through all that, I was expecting that, okay, sort of, she's a rookie. You've not given us any background story as to Has she ever been a cop before? Have she ever fired a weapon before? You know, like, has she undergo training, you know, talking to, as in, this is not a place for you to be joking, like, we're talking serious stuff here. But they don't give us that, as in, there's an issue I have with this movie. They have so many cut stories, so many have, and they're just trying to just sell everything. They're like, just go. Yes, I totally support gender equality and all, but if you're gonna give a woman a role to do, something that is usually played by guys, I would expect that she's the best person, not even the best woman for the job, but literally that the best person for the job just so happens to be a chick. Yeah, I'm a chick, but it's no excuse for you to be, you know, for you to be sloppy and for you to just get away with things, as in, it's so bad. And it's heartbreaking for people like us that actually loved MIB, because it was like one of those movies that you think about, you just let your imaginations run wild, and you're thinking about aliens invading the country, and you're like, this is what it's going to be. So you watch this with so much excitement, you look at the graphics of the aliens, and you're like, wow, whoosh. So I'm like, ah. So another thing that I want to talk about, that it's surprisingly, most especially for Thor fans, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you'll probably be excited that, yeah, Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson actually get to star in a movie, like the chemistry is going to be boom. But surprisingly, no. So from the first one, you have Will Smith and you have Tommy Lee Jones here, and this guy cracks me up because he doesn't smile. As in, look at him right here. Tommy Lee Jones, his face is always like this. It's always straight. And Will Smith is always the jovial one, you know, trying to, you know, how Willie always is, trying to do, yeah. And he's always like, nah, play by the books. He does everything. And the chemistry was odd, but it worked. But now you have these two guys and you're like, what's going on? It's so bad that they had to introduce Pony into this. As in, Pony is this cute, adorable little guy right here, which I'm sure they introduced because maybe they just want to sell some stuff to some kids and everything. But Pony is literally here to just, to me, make this chemistry work somehow. Because this guy is just tagging along with them, putting in some jokes there. Sometimes it works, sometimes, but I literally loved this guy. As in, Kumali is a genius, by the way. So I'm like, so if you need a tiny miniature guy just to just sell this, it just tells you how bad it is. As in, it's just a no-no. So with everything that's going on in this movie, you just have to let me just go to the point about these villains. Now, I personally love the twins, as in, I think these guys are freaking awesome. I've watched a couple of their videos, them dancing, moving on war tours and everything, and they're amazing dancers. Now, the twins now here happen to be our villains, and I'm looking at them like, what? These guys are dancers, and the only thing they could literally do in this movie as villains was just keep a mean face, like walking around. I'm like, okay. Normally when you see an alien villain, as in a villain that's an alien, you expect them to be, you know, gruesome, scary, and these guys are the chillest guys ever. They're, you know, walking around looking fly, you know, with almost wearing Kanye outfits, and they're dancing. Yes, you heard me right. You have villains who are actually breaking it down. I'm like, why did these directors give them a dance number? Yes, I get the fact that they're dancers in real life. Doesn't mean that it relates to the movie. Come on, guys, what are we doing? But as always, the twins look awesome. I'm like, for the first time, this is like, I'm actually having a crush on a villain. I'm like, what? So the only times these guys are scary, true, being a villain is when they show them in their real forms and they sort of melt down the guy's face. Like, you're like, oh, okay. But that's just one scene. The rest of this movie, these guys are the chillest guys ever. And to talk about them having a crappy cut storyline, I think they just wanted to please so many people. The whole story behind them being a villain is so cut that at the end of the day, when you watch it, you're like, I don't, so villain, bad guy, so what? There are so many unanswered questions. I'm like, what? Did you guys literally just act anything, just do anything? But to wrap everything up, I'm just going to just show you something. Like, basically what I loved about watching, MIB and the rest was the fight scenes, humans fighting against aliens, boom, 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 and all of that. So let me play you something that it makes me smile every single time. Just listen to this. Yeah. So you see, as in this guy screaming here was just like everything to me. Like, when humans are fighting with aliens, you see all the slimy, yes, it was like boom, and you're like, okay, it's what we expect. But here in this movie, you find out that the aliens are humans, only when maybe extra arms. So basically, you're having human fights. I'm like, no, this is not what we wanted. So everything is just and I totally forgot to mention that still talking about Sister Thompson, her like with no experience coming out, you literally have her in a couple of scenes here bringing out weapons and guns, shooting. I'm like, where did you learn how to? Is there some manual? As in, she's literally shooting around and they're doing this in the streets for everyone to see. This first scene here happened at night, but as you can see, it's it's opened. People could literally be looking, what happened? No neutralizers, nothing, no questions answered. And they call this MIB Internationals, and MIB has always been in New York. Here they took it down to London. I was expecting, okay, international, yes, we're going to be seeing, some cultural backgrounds and all of that, but no, nothing. I think all of that was just an excuse, because of Liam Neeson, who has a British accent, Chris Hemsworth and everyone here, with the cast with British accent, just to say, okay, yeah, London, yeah, blah, blah. So basically, there's no difference with where they were shooting it. There was just, the only thing they showed was like the normal Ferris wheel, which in every London movie, you see that same Ferris wheel. I'm like, oh, is this the only major significant thing that you could just show that, yeah, London? So I wasn't happy. You just go and you watch it. It has nice graphic, it's just the same thing that all 2019 movie had. Nice pictures, but they leave you blank. They leave you left out, no emotions whatsoever. So you're going in watching and you're just like, neutralize me. So guys, those are my views from Agents. Yes. See you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Bye.